Good morning, Nelson County community. We're so excited you're here. I'm Tiffany Clark from the New Haven School, and we are excited to talk to you about our Google Sites going live today. Today I have Teresa Henderson with us from Early Learning Center, and I have Ben Monet from Nelson County High School. Would you guys like to introduce your panel as well, teachers you have with you?
Sure, I'll go ahead. So I'm really excited to not only showcase our ELC site, but also have Miss Kimberly Kaufman with me today to showcase her site.
Yeah, and we're excited to share the site we've built here at Nelson County High School, and excited to be joined by David Sparrow, a social studies teacher and coach here at Nelson County, who will walk us through some of the things he's created as well.
And from New Haven, we have Shelly Newton here with us, our third grade teacher who's going to showcase her site as well. We also are so lucky to have Kelsey Berryman, who is leading us through all of these things this week. So Kelsey, we'll toss it to you.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. We are so excited about these Nelson County Google Sites. Our schools have them, each of our teachers have them, and we're really hoping that this creates a window into our virtual classrooms. We know we're not going to have students in our classrooms learning every day, so we're really hoping these Google Sites can open the doors for families and students to still feel like they're a part of our community, even at home. So I'm really excited to showcase these Google Sites. They are beautiful, as well as all of our other Nelson County sites. So let's get rolling.
All right, so I will start us out. Let me share my screen with you guys and kind of give you a rundown of New Haven's home base. All right, so the main page really allows us to communicate with our families, showcasing any kind of videos and new information that we have coming along. One of the main things this week is definitely our food delivery sign up. It allows our families to tell us where they would like food delivered for their kiddos. One of the biggest components of our website is definitely our classroom page. This provides our families with an opportunity to learn about every one of our staff members at the New Haven School. It also is quick access to classrooms and our Mustang Matters groups that will meet every morning for every one of our kiddos. Once you click the staff member's name, you can either get their contact information, or if they're leading a classroom, you'll actually be able to access their site from this link. The third component that we showcase on our site currently is our quick links. This will be any information that's changing throughout the year in regards to lunch and breakfast menus. It's also your one-stop shop to learn about Dress for Success, our family calendar, anything about transportation. It's really active links to make sure our families are always in the know whenever they need it. Our Google Classroom component actually allows parents to click this site and get directions on how to enter into a Google Classroom as a student so that they can either support their student or really see what's going on in their Google Classroom. The last thing that we're super excited with us having a K-8 school, we really want to focus on consistency around communication. So our class dojo is going to be utilized from kindergarten to 8th grade so that our families that have multiple students are able to use the same platform to communicate with their teachers. I will toss it over now to Shelly if you are ready to kind of showcase one of our teacher sites and let our families see what that looks like.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany. I am ready. And for those that don't know me, I'm Shelly Newton. As Tiffany said, third grade teacher here at New Haven. So let me present my screen. Okay, can you guys see it?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, all right. So this is what my site looks like right now. We have the 3 tabs up at the top. So this is our third grade classroom, connecting, and gift showcase. I'll kind of run through them one at a time. As the students scroll down, they'll get to know a little bit about our purpose in third grade. They get to know a little bit about me as their teacher. And the best part of this website, and parents have responded so positively to this. They come in for their Ignite meetings, and you can see the stress and worry on their face. And then by the time they're leaving, when we walk through this site, they're like, wow, it's so much simpler than what it was back in March. So as they scroll down, they get to see, I'll just kind of run through the whole thing, a schedule of our day, pretty, cut, clear and dry, so nothing too complicated. And the cool thing about this schedule is when the kids are on here, all they have to do is click. So if it's reading, if it's 9:10 when reading starts, they can click the link and it connects them directly to the Google Meet. So they don't have to go search for that or find it anywhere else. That was one of the things that parents were really excited about. And as a teacher, I'm really excited about it too, because it simplifies the process for them. So there's a look at our schedule. When we click connecting, this is where it will let them know, my office hours, my Google Voice number, my email, and our Google Classroom and our Class Dojo. And the gift showcase is something that I am looking forward to. I think it's going to be a wonderful spot for us to post the works and the gifts that our students have, and a great way for the students to be able, or parents and students, to share that within our class. So right now, I just have some placeholders in it. But my plan is, as the school year starts, I will replace these with pictures and captions of shout outs to my students. And then as our backpack projects progress, we will be putting those, linking each students to this site as well, so other students in the class and parents can see those and we can share within the community.
Thank you, Shelley. We appreciate you showing us that. So don't forget, if you have some questions or you're excited about sites, we definitely want to hear your comments over in the chat. I know Mr. Monet and Ms. Henderson will be looking through those and be able to share some excitement around that as well.
Tiffany, I just want to pop in for a second, just as just kind of letting you know, all of our school sites across the Nelson County schools have a very consistent structure, so it's easy to navigate for families. And then you'll see within a school, the teachers have a consistent structure, so that families with multiple students in different schools will be able to find that information easily. And we really want these sites to be almost like opening our doors for families in, so really welcoming them in, being a part of our classroom. So as we're building these sites, in what ways do you all see these sites evolving in the next 4 weeks?
So one thing that I noted on here, not from anything we've talked about necessarily here, but these sites have been under development for several weeks now. And I think as we've taken opportunities as we are today to share them out, is how we improve those between our schools. So I've already taken notes from what Tiffany shared on her school site to take back to mine and say, hey, I really like that feature that she had. So I think having more opportunities to share these, having our community members interact with them and really see what they're using them for is really going to give us some clarity around how we adapt to the needs that our community members have in using them.
And I agree too, Ben. I also am taking notes. So thank you, Tiffany and Shelley, for both of your sites. I think they look absolutely wonderful. And this is something that's going to be adaptable as we go through this process and seeing what our community needs. And so I'm very excited to hear the feedback and to embrace what we need to change and working with those that are around us. So at this time, I'll go ahead and show the ELC site. So our home base, let me go ahead and present for you all. And you'll be able to see that it does have a consistent theme. So we have our 4 tabs at the top. Our welcome tab here is for our families as well, where the journey begins. And we really want to help our families be successful through this as much as possible. And so we have a little just welcome video here explaining how we are blazing the trail into education, as it is your students or your child's first experience with education, and we're excited to be a part of that. And when you scroll down, I have an area here for our monthly newsletter, so our families can be updated and be able to see the information consistently. And then again, there is a sign up for the food deliveries here, which is very important. And I'm really excited to be able to provide this and for our community to provide this for our families. And so you'll be able to sign up there or at the Welcome Back NCS page. And then just like Tiffany said, probably one of the most important tabs, of course, is the link to our classrooms. And so when you click on for our classrooms, our parents also will be able to see all of our teachers and their instructional assistants. So we have a teacher and an instructional assistant in each room, and then they are linked to their websites. And so Miss Kimberly later on will be able to show you, if I clicked on Miss Kimberly's link, which is a little bit lower, it'll go to her site and you'll be able to see how to interact virtually within her classroom. The how to connect page for us is definitely one that is adaptable. So right now you have the community table ignite schedule for our families. So every 3 weeks, our families are going to be able to come back in and connect with our teachers. And then we sent home these ignite boxes for our students last night, and they're hands-on manipulatives and materials. And so when they come back in, they will also get new materials for their ignite box, as well as having that conversation of how's the progression in virtual learning and the concerns. And then I have an area here where parents can submit any questions or concerns directly to me, or if they can't get a hold of a teacher, they can submit it here, and then I will be able to filter that and be able to get back with them as quickly as possible. My last tab that's at the top is for parent resources. So if you click on parent resources, we're going to first celebrate. And so the way that we're going to do this for our littles, which I'm really excited about, is I will be showcasing out our teachers and their celebrations and their gifts and passions. But then we are also going to be having an area here for Flipgrid for our littles to show out their excitement and passions and gifts on what they're building in those Ignite boxes. And so it'll be just a really easy way for our students to showcase off their talents as well. But we wanted to make sure that we had a couple of resources for our parents, for our littles. And so one of the tabs that we have that you can go to is the importance of literacy at this age. And so we have a lot of different things here listed. And then we have some videos for them as well. And then we also built a preschool appropriate website page, and everything is linked for our parents. And so these are all educational based websites that our parents are able to go into. And they're linked here. And so there's several different resources, but this is definitely one also that when we find out new resources or as we're learning, we will definitely keep updating this one. And then our Little Pioneers page is also in transition as well. So our Little Pioneers is talking about the importance of their jobs or their roles and responsibilities within the classroom. And so we know how important it is for our students to begin understanding roles and responsibilities. So for example, a line leader, what are the roles and responsibilities of a line leader? Our students take that very, very seriously if they're the line leader for the week. And so what is their little lead on that? And so they become these little pioneers in learning. And so we're going to be building this as well, just for parents too. And so at this time, I will stop presenting and I will turn it over to Miss Kimberly.
Okay, let me pull my slide up for you. And present. Oh, it's giving me a hard way to go. Just a second.
We'll give you some time, Kim. So just to jump in, and I don't want to miss this from earlier, but as usual, people care more about our teachers than they do about these leaders. So I wanted to make sure Shelly know that she was getting shout outs on our chat from Mickey Rogers, Beth Bartley, Kathy Walker, Amy Cundiff, just expressing appreciation for her and especially for the simplicity of her site. So again, we love having our teachers on here. They're the ones that really make this session go. Just a personal comment to Ms. Henderson, holy tabs you have open on your computer. You must be doing a lot of work. So we appreciate the work the school leaders are doing because her tab kind of reflects what it's like to be a school leader right now in our community. So did we buy you enough time, Ms. Kim?
Can you see it? Okay, I'm sorry, I have a new laptop and it's a little finicky. So this is my homepage here. There's a little welcome video with a little bit of background on our school and how we got to where we are. It's our story. Some information here for parents, just to have a little bit of background. So the first page is very simple, so it's not too overwhelming. Our schedule here. We have our schedule here in this format where parents can come in and see the times and what all is going on through the day, because we do a lot here in preschool. So that is a little way to keep straight where we are, and a little bit of background about how we do things in our room with Miss Jessica and our student leaders and myself. This part is probably where our parents are going to spend the most time because this is our day and where they get to jump in and be online with us. So they can see what we're doing and the time, and then they can push these buttons to jump into those Google Meets with us. Each one's connected. We have 2 here so that we can split and do our small groups as well. If you go to our community table page, because we meet every 3 weeks, we needed a way for parents to be able to see that and get those appointments settled for themselves. And so if you click right here, you can see we've been taking appointments already, and folks are ready to come in and share with us in a few weeks after we get rolling on our virtual work. Down here, parents can click and see our lesson plans each week so that they have an idea of what's going on, what vocabulary we're learning, what lessons that we're working on. And then for parents who may have missed, if their child had to run to the bathroom or had to take a nap because it's just been a big week, whatever reason it may be that they missed a lesson, they can click right there. And each week, every video that we take will be linked in here. And so they can go back through all of our videos, all of our lessons online through the year, whether they missed it or a kiddo just loved something we did and wants to go back and see it. So each week we'll have a new slide at the top with the date and the theme and all of our videos included. This part right here is still in the works for our gift sessions. We're very blessed to have a lot of young ladies here who are student workers and who are going to be contributing. And so as that happens, we're going to get this platform set up so that all of the lessons that they're teaching will be available for the parents as well. And then my last page is a gift showcase page where our kiddos and their families can share their accomplishments and let us see what all they've been up to and what they're doing and that they're proud of. So that is our site for our classroom for Miss Jessica and Miss Hope and Miss Allie and me.
Again, let me jump on here and give some love to Miss Kim, Miss Teresa, Miss Lisa, Miss Julie. Say they really appreciate all the hard work you all are putting in, and I think that's shared from a lot of parents across the community. One thing I did want to go back to and say in the comments that we did have some people, obviously, that are lamenting that we're not in person and nothing can replace that in-person connection, and we really value that. So one of the things, hopefully, our community members have been able to engage in over the last 2 weeks are these community table ignite conversations where we've been able to bring our family members in to really humanize kind of the work that we're trying to do in this virtual setting. I think that's been really impactful for a lot of families and students to get comfortable with how we're going to do this virtual learning schedule. That's been really big to them. And kudos to all the leaders on this chat and others in our community who are leading those conversations and really trying to still build our human connections with others as we go through that.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. How about your site? Are you going to show it off to us?
We saved the best for last, so let me pull it up here, and I'll get us going. So I'll be quick with ours so that I can kick it over again to the people that really matter. Our teacher here, Mr. Sparrow. So I'll quickly walk everyone through kind of what ours is. We're really focused on at the high school, trying to be as simple and clear and consistent with our message that we're sending, as has been shared already. And so one thing you'll see on our homepage is very simple. We've got our virtual learning schedule that sits here because we know that's what's most important to our families right now. And then our biggest tab for us will be this Our Classrooms page. So if you were to click on that, you get to see all of the wonderful teachers and leaders we have here at Nelson County High School. By clicking underneath their picture there and on their name, it's going to redirect you to where their group is by department. So as you can see in our drop down menu, we have an area for each one of our departments at the school. And you can access from within their department, you can see a couple of things. So again, we were trying to focus on how do we give the parents and the students one place to go where they can get all the information they need to carry out this virtual learning schedule. So underneath each teacher, you'll see an access to their own personal Google site that gives you more information about their class and what the experiences they're providing. You'll also get access to their Google Meet, so they can click directly into that from this site. And then we really focus on helping to develop some lesson plans for our students to be able to know every week. So just quickly looking at that, actually I won't because I shared my tab, but underneath there, you'll find some of the lesson plans our students are working on. So again, they can go, and if they've got Mr. Argetta here as their teacher, they can get everything they need from Mr. Argetta in one spot as they go through. So they can do that for each one of our departments within our school and see that consistent setup. So as our kids transition between 7 teachers every day, they've got one place they can go to get all of that information. Finally, in our How to Connect tab, we're trying to keep it simple as well, giving students options of how they connect with our counselors if they have counseling needs, how to connect with our youth service center. And we know kids are obviously going to have some technology issues as they're going through this 6-week period, so making sure they have access to people to get that. I will add that this site that we've created has had a lot of iterations as we've met with parents this last week, and we've been able to find some really key components they need to hear. And we'll continue to do that as we start to experience virtual learning together right now. So I'm going to jump off and kick it over to Mr. Sparrow, who can give us some feedback on the site he's developed and how that's gone for him.
Well, first off, thanks for letting me go last after all these great sites are being put on here, and everybody's texting me and being like, hey, the pressure's on, man. All those are really good. Let's see yours. Like, okay, let me go. So, Ben, just something to reiterate what you said about the humanizing of, what we're doing here. This is going to be kind of weird, but it's like with our meeting with our families, and especially those face-to-face meetings that we're having and sharing this information with them, it's kind of like they're stressing and I'm stressing and we're stressing in the same room, and somehow that makes you feel better, if that makes sense. If you've been through these meetings, then I think you understand what that means. But through talking through the families, it's like, on both ends, that communication has been really, really nice to have. So I am going to present. And of course, the last person also gets, a little bit shorter time, and I'm not good with short on time. So I'll do the best I can. Jessica Sparrow, I'm sorry that you have to listen to me more than what you do on a normal basis. So, do we see it?
Yep, we see it.
Okay. So go back to the home page, and something with my site that I would encourage other people to do. I have a couple of videos on here. One video is taking parents and families through this site. So they do have a visual to go through. I also have a video that goes over our Cardinal conversations that we've been having in our classrooms, face-to-face, in person, virtual meets, and even some phone calls. But especially the phone calls, this Cardinal conversation video does a really good job of going through the student expectations, for our virtual model of learning. But these 2 videos are a great resource. Just my introduction page, who is this guy? Has a schedule down here at the bottom. Each of my pages has contact information at the very bottom as far as a phone number and an email address. Under our backpack tab, there is my classroom ecosystem and just an explanation about how these empowering experiences are going to occur through people, place, and purpose. Also here, as been mentioned, just another avenue for parents to be able to access lesson plans. These lesson plans are, more transparency for parents to understand what's going on within the classroom. We have our contact page. On this contact page, I have a Google form set up for parents to and have another form of information and another way to get in contact with me, and to have Google Classroom codes, I have Remind codes, all that good stuff for communication. The gift showcases, I've told parents about these gift showcases. These will evolve. Right now, this is kind of like a virtual bulletin board for good projects and virtual learning experiences that students are having and that they're creating. So like a virtual type bulletin board for that. So that's basically my site. Got as quick as I've ever talked through anything. So congratulations.
I'll just do a quick wrap up from the chat. I think one of the great things that comes out of this community, Nelson County being so connected and so focused on the individuals and relationships, is Mr. Stan Hayes, longtime teacher at Nelson County High School, connecting with people from our community over a long course of time and seeing how focusing on these relationships with people is really what drives this community. And that's evident in our chat today. And I think that's evident in the work we're trying to do, creating these Google sites, is really trying to increase our ability to connect with people and try to get them inside our buildings and the things we're trying to do. So kudos to everyone who is doing that work.
We are so glad you joined us today. We do want to kind of end on a note that we will be communicating with all of our families today. You will shortly get some a text message, an email, all the good stuff we send out through Nelson County Schools around our sites. You'll get that from your local community families. So we appreciate you guys being here today and supporting us through this very interesting time. We are so excited to be connected with our kiddos and ready to start our year next Tuesday. Thank you guys again for joining us today on the Community Brew.
Thank you.